Good day, friends. This is Ansi from Lifestyle Today News Delhi. In the television series Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls is dropped in some challenging locations uh, and he finds food, water, and shelter in the wild. And he survives in the wild, and after some challenges, he finds the way out to come into the human settlement. In the current situation, the world is now in a wild versus man situation where the wild animals are coming into the human settlements and man has to show the route for the animals to go back into the forest. So, what can be done to show the animals the way to go back to the forest? The solution is with us. We created the problem. We invaded their habitat. We have reduced the food available for them. We grow attractive things outside the habitat place in our acquired habitation. We call it our legal habitation. You can't show the documents to prove our legality to the wild animals when they invade the land, the so-called legal settlement of ours. Is it the mistake of the animals? Are the animals in the wrong? If it is a mistake of the humans, what mistakes have been made? And what can be the possible solution to keep the animal in the wild and so that they don't breach the line? So, this is the topic that I am going to discuss today. And the reason for this is because you can see now a lot of wild animals are reported to be coming to the roads. You can see a lot of videos and they are standing in front of the vehicles, sometimes throwing the vehicle down, turning down the vehicles, sometimes killing them also. If it was not like this before. The man and the wild existed in harmony. Even now, the tribals are existing in harmony with the wild. You don't hear many cases, very vague cases, like that was always there. That kind of very trivial cases can be heard from the sparse, very sparse incidents of animal man dispute can be seen from the tribals who are settled inside the forest. So, what could be the reason that the urban human settlement outside the forest are complaining so much about the attack of the wild animals? The reason there was a wild photographer who has been taking photographs for over 2 decades. He shares a few reasons why the animals are walking into the human settlements. The reason could be the loss of habitats. The animals have lost their habitat. We cut down their trees, their food. We are invading their territory. It was just one piece of earth where the plants, the animals, and the humans coexisted. Then we humans started shaving the forest so that we can design and plant trees for beautification. The beautiful plants were cut down, and what we considered beautiful and attractive, we planned according to that which looks good for eyes. We wanted to put our brains and our design to work, cutting down the trees and the forest so that we can enjoy our life. So, because of that, because of cutting down of the trees, the food chain has because of the cutting down of the trees, the animals have been disturbed. Another reason could be the chain has been disturbed in places because of climate change and because the human being have adapted some policies. We are not allowed to kill the wild animals. In that way, the wild cat family, they are sometimes more than the herbivorous animal whom they make their food. Because the numbers have gone up, it is a possibility that the herbivorous animals have come down. The food chain has been disturbed. That is why you see wild cats coming out on the near the human settlement. We are not supposed to kill them because of the illegal, because it is illegal. So another reason is that for they are growing some attractive mount. The people staying near the forest, most of them, they are farmers, and the reason for cutting down the forest is to use that for farming. And when they do, they grow some attractive mouth watering crops that lures the mammoth to fork to invade the free supply of food like rice and sugarcane. And then we say, where you invite them with your food, and then you say that they are invading our land. Actually, it was their land, you cut it down, and now you are supplying them with free food. And to stop them, you use electrocuting electricity lines and all that, and that's really painful. And the reason is that we are building roads and all inside the forest, dividing the forest. Imagine the situation. It has happened in everybody's life. Like we have grown up in some place, and suddenly the government says that we are going to bring a highway through your village, a railway route through your village, and so so lands will be taken for that, or a airport is coming. What that does, it will divide the village. Some people will be resettled, some places will be divided. You cannot cross. Your relative is staying on other side of the highway, and you are staying on one side, and that you have to cross the road, through the very busy fast traffic, and that is causing problem for you, that can be lethal for you. So these kinds of problem that comes in human life also, this is happening for human beings. At least we are humans, and we know how to cope with the emotions, and we know how to resettle. But that is not the case of the animals. You have invaded their land, you have crossed their way, the road that they were using, the route that they were using to find their food, that road has been divided, and then they cross the road naturally, so that they want to go and take the food from the other side. And that is one of the reasons. And another is the plastic menace. The photographer says that inside the forest he has seen huge amount of plastics in the forest. We don't know how that plastic comes inside the forest, but that again, these animals, because there are food particles on these plastics, the animals just eat the plastic as a whole, and they die. And he says that the number of animals found dead on the roads, or in the forest, has increased in the last 2 decades. And another is the social savvy people who go on these roads, and they feel excited, and they think like they want to take some memorable moments with the wild animals. They go out, try to take pictures, and that way irritate the animals. First of all, you have already made the roads, then you honk the horn. That is also not part of their natural, the sound system. You have disturbed their harmony. Then you put huge lights in the night. See, when the night is silent, so that has also you have disturbed. And on top of that, you are going to take some pictures with them. So naturally, it is not wild. It is quite reasonable for wild animals to come and hurt you. So and sometimes the people forget that these are wild animals. These are not domesticated elephants. A domesticated elephant has a chain and a mahout with it, who will tell you when you can go near the elephant, when you can touch it. They warn you at the times when you should not go near it, when it's taking bath, when it's having food. Sometimes they tell you don't go near the elephant. So these are wild elephants, so they have their instincts. So we have to behave according to that. Another thing is, these elephants are intelligent animals. They don't forget those who loved them and those who have done something against them. Both are yeah, both will get their share of gifts for whatever they have done to them, good or bad. So these are the things that has happened. So another very disturbing factor, we have taken their place. The food has been destroyed. The most important thing, that which we are not at moment realizing, is about the sound. The loudness of the human being is taking over the planet. The environment degradation. Ecologists say nature sounds is going very silent. This had come in a website called the swaddle.com. They say that the animals like the regent honey eater, whose mating call is being replaced by mimicking sound from other birds, and whales and all, which used to make sounds, those sounds which we cannot hear because it is above the human sound levels, we cannot hear, but they have got their sound levels, and now they have stopped making sounds when the ships are around. And those water animals that are near the coral reliefs, they have been disturbed because the corals have been bleached and become of no use. The animals that stayed around also has been disturbed. So in this way, this decline in soundscape is affecting the animals. It has affected the ecological health. Some of the animals have stopped, some of the birds have stopped singing. Those music we have, it is so much been overtaken by the human sounds, that the decline in natural soundscape is affecting our connection with nature, and we are not realizing that the sound of nature are calming and restorative. When we are in the urban area, when we feel that we are not no, when we become too much overloaded with the urban life, we go to the wild. We like to stay away from everything and remain in the silence, and we wish to hear some sounds from the nature, the natural sound, but that also we have disturbed. This can be, if this is not there, that can lead to a sense of disconnect from the nature. However, there are scientists who are using sound to monitor restoration efforts and raise awareness about environment issues. So we as human beings, we have to do something. We have to reduce the use of plastic, reduce the number of roads that are going through the forest. See that we don't disturb the sound system, the sound that is there in the environment. So we have to do so many things. We have to find out ways so that the we have created the situation like the like Bear Grylls, he went to the forest. We have dropped the animals into our settlements. We are responsible for putting them into the forest, and we ourselves have to find out ways, the food, the have the way for habitation, the food and the shelter, everything we ourselves have to find out, so that the animals and can go back and settle peacefully inside the forest. So thank you so much, friends, and see you on Monday with a new topic.